Happy new moon in Aries. Today's Aries new moon is not the most maybe exciting point of this week following Wednesday's moon activation of 4 planets in Aries. We've had multiple conjunctions in Aries with Neptune and Saturn, both in Aries, Mars going into Aries, then Mercury, then the moon activating all of them. So it's been quite a week, and this new moon actually is a bit about getting our feet underneath us. So it's still an Aries new moon. We are focused on actions, courage. What are you going to do about what matters to you? How are you going to take that next step forward and keep your momentum going? Because that is the only way to get where you want to go. You're not going to get there by sitting still. Maybe you will in your mind, right? But this is about getting your body where you want to go and getting your projects where you want them to be and moving needles on things that matter to you. So with this new moon, it is later in Aries compared to all those other planets that have been being activated this week. And we have still more conjunctions to come because on the 19th, 20th, we'll have Mercury. Let's see, we'll have a Mars conjunction to Saturn, and then a Mercury conjunction to Saturn, and then a Mercury conjunction to Mars. If I didn't say it, I am Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Friday, April 17th. That exact new moon is at 4:51 a.m. Pacific time at 27 degrees Aries, and at 8:57 a.m., less than 2 hours, what is that, 3 hours after the new moon, the moon goes into Taurus. And that the moon's entry into Taurus takes us into the slowing down mode, the integrating mode, the let's bring this into our bodies. And so I think even though there is an Aries new moon today, a lot of today's vibe is about how we slow down, process, integrate, take in what's been happening, and take care of ourselves on that very physical, very human needs, basic needs kind of level. So, maybe it's time to get the rest and eat some good food and just do your yoga or take a shower or whatever nourishes your body, because your body's like, hey, wait a minute, what about me? But also your body, all this energy, all this fire energy needs to be processed through the physical and into the physical. And so when we bring that into, when we embody, right, when we bring that into our physical bodies, that is how we change how we are being, who we are being, and how we are moving in the world. So it's how the real physical change happens. So you take the action, but then you have to reassess, you have to process, you have to slow down and make sense of it. But today's new moon at 27 degrees Aries is also itself, kind of following after a lot of activation. And so as we think about our intentions and thinking about a month of moving things forward, so we're at the beginning of the next moon cycle. We are, of course, completing the Pisces moon cycle. So we've been doing that spiritual work, and now we're into Aries. Okay, let's get it going. Let's take the actions, do the steps. But as we do, I think that as this moon cycle unfolds, we can have a lot of clarity about what we're doing, because we had all that opportunity with the Pisces moon cycle, with Mars in Pisces, with, Mercury and Saturn were in Pisces before they were in Aries. And that all of that gives us we've had a significant opportunity to really deepen into what we really want, what we can imagine, what's important to us in that big picture level. So we just want to bring it back to that, right? What matters? What have you been noticing about your life and the world and your role within everything that's going on? And as you've been noticing that, where do you feel like you need to change, right? Where does it feel like you need to be more engaged? Where do you need to pull back, right? Where do you need to find your people? Where do you need to end some relationships or have boundaries in places where it's not really helping you with your objectives, personal or otherwise? So, so this Aries new moon is really about planting those next seeds of action and how you're going to act on that, what you're going to do. So that might be, having a boundary. It might be deciding to make a change in your life. It might be beginning something new, but also think about the new things that are beginning as taking time. So this is only the first step. You don't have to do the big thing that you imagine. The big dream is not going to happen overnight. So this is about, well, if you want that big dream, if you really want that big dream, what do you do today? How do you live your life now to create the conditions where that dream comes alive? And that, I think, is what we can really focus on with this new moon. What are the new ways of being? How do we move in the world from this bigger picture of the dream that we want to create? What does it look like in the day to day? What does it look like in the here and now? What is the next step? And then the next step after that, and the next step after that. So I think that's what this moon cycle is going to be about. It's not going to be some big, fiery, dramatic, you know. It's really about, okay, now what does this look like for real? How do we do this? And the trial and error is also valuable. So don't be afraid to, figure things out as you go along. And with today's Taurus energy, just feeling into your body and your body's needs is a great way to bring it down to earth, begin to make sense of it, begin to wrap your mind around it. And as we head into the weekend, that Taurus moon energy will continue. So great time to really get grounded, focus on eating some good food, spending time in your yard, your garden, doing a little art, getting hands on, getting really physical, like really working with the earth and the material world. Heading into the weekend, that is what will be the best way to support ourselves. And then on the 19th and 20th, we'll have more conjunctions with Mercury. Mars conjunct Saturn, Mercury conjunct Saturn, and then Mars all happening really close together. So we'll talk more about that as we go on, but happy Aries new moon. Thank you for being with me and enjoy this amazing time that we are moving through. Thanks for being here. Thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel, and you can learn more about me, find more content at transformationalastrology.com. Bye for now.